Why you keep attracting people who hurt you. Carl Jung's theory of projection. Have you ever asked yourself, why does this keep happening to me? You give your best, you love deeply, you show up for others, but somehow you end up hurt. Again, it's like you're stuck in a loop. Different faces, different names, but the same feeling: disappointment, betrayal, rejection, abandonment. You wonder if it's bad luck, or if something is broken inside you. But Carl Jung had a different answer. One that is not easy but powerful. He believed we attract what lives in our unconscious, and often that includes our pain. This is not about blame, it's about understanding, because sometimes the people who hurt us the most are mirrors for the parts of us we've never healed. This is the theory of projection. Jung said, "What you resist persists. What you deny in yourself, you see in others." Let's go deeper. As children, we all had moments when our emotional needs weren't met. We may have been ignored, criticized, punished for expressing ourselves, or forced to grow up too fast. These moments didn't just hurt us, they shaped us. They created beliefs about who we are and what we deserve. Beliefs like, "I'm not worthy." "Love is something I have to earn." "People leave." "I have to be perfect to be loved." These beliefs don't stay in the past. They move with us, silently, unconsciously, into every relationship we have. We think we're choosing freely, but really we're choosing from old wounds. Jung believed the unconscious repeats what was never resolved. So if you felt invisible as a child, you might be drawn to someone who doesn't see you. If you felt rejected, you may feel chemistry with someone who pulls away. If love meant pain, you might mistake pain for love. It's not that you want to suffer. It's that your inner child is trying to replay the story, hoping that this time it ends differently. But it doesn't. Because healing doesn't happen by repeating. Healing happens by revealing. Here's the truth. You don't attract who you want. You attract who you are, or more precisely, who you believe you are deep down, not what you say you are. What your unconscious mind believes you are. Let's take an example. Imagine someone who always ends up in relationships where they are ignored, abandoned, or not chosen. They say, "I just have bad luck with love." But under the surface, they carry a belief, "I'm not worth staying for." So when they meet someone who is emotionally unavailable, something clicks, not consciously, but deep inside, that old belief feels familiar, and familiar feels safe, even when it hurts. This is how the shadow works. The shadow is the part of us we reject, the pain we hide, the emotions we silence. When we don't face the shadow, it runs our life from the background. It makes choices for us. It picks our partners. It decides what we tolerate. And it does this through projection. You meet someone and you feel a spark, but that spark may not be love. It might be recognition. Your wound recognizes their behavior. Your pain recognizes their distance. And your shadow whispers, "This feels like home," but it's not home. It's the past. And if you're not careful, you'll keep confusing the past with your future. This is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. You can't control who hurt you, but you can control how you heal. Here's how you start. Step 1. Notice the pattern. Who are you drawn to? What happens in your relationships over and over again? What kind of people make you feel small, anxious, or not enough? Write it down. Patterns are keys. Step 2. Ask what it reflects in you. What part of you believes this is what you deserve? What emotion have you been avoiding? What memory does this pain remind you of? This step is hard, but it's where the power begins. Step 3. Face the shadow. That means giving space to the part of you that is hurt, scared, angry, lonely. Instead of running from it, listen to it. You can say, "I see you. I hear you. You deserved better. It's safe to feel. Now." Talk to yourself the way no one did back then. Step 4. Create a new standard. When you face the root, the fruit changes. You'll begin to notice red flags sooner. You'll stop chasing people who aren't available. You'll stop begging for attention, because now you're giving it to yourself. Healing makes you magnetic to people who match your peace, but before you attract someone new, you have to become someone new. Not a fake version, a real one. The one who knows their worth. The one who no longer confuses love with pain. The one who doesn't wait to be chosen, because they've already chosen themselves. Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. But now you know it's not fate, it's a message, and the message is clear. You're not meant to suffer for love. You're meant to heal into love. So the next time someone hurts you, stop. Before you react, reflect. Ask, what part of me called this in? And instead of blaming, start understanding, because when you understand, you start changing. Not them, you. And when you change, everything around you does too. This is the work. This is the mirror. This is the moment your story starts to change. Because the people you attract reflect the relationship you have with yourself. Heal that, and you change everything. But healing doesn't mean you'll never get hurt again. It means the pain no longer controls you. It means you stop choosing people based on old wounds. It means you recognize the red flags and walk away the first time. Because now you've built something stronger. Self-trust, and self-trust is what ends the cycle. You start showing up differently, not from fear, but from clarity, not from desperation, but from love, the kind that begins with you. So let me ask you again, why do you keep attracting people who hurt you? Maybe it's not because you're weak. Maybe it's because you're ready. Ready to see, ready to feel, ready to break the illusion that says this is all you deserve. Because the truth is, you were never meant to live in pain. You were never meant to beg for love. You were never meant to confuse suffering with connection. That's just the old story, written by fear, written by trauma, written by people who didn't know how to love you properly. But today, something new is possible, because today, you can choose to become the author. You can choose to write a new ending, one where the character doesn't chase someone to be loved, but finds that love inside. You see, when you finally meet yourself, when you sit with your own loneliness, when you speak to your own shadow, something sacred happens. You stop expecting someone else to save you, and in that space, you start attracting what you deserve, not what you fear. Here's a truth no one talks about. You attract who you are when you're not paying attention, but you attract who you want when you start paying attention to yourself. The version of you who heals will no longer want the same people. The version of you who chooses peace will not be drawn to chaos, and the version of you who loves themselves deeply will not stay where they are not loved back. Jung said something powerful. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. You've been dreaming of a love that doesn't hurt, a connection that feels safe, a partner who sees you. But before anyone else can do that, you have to see yourself. You have to stop hiding your pain behind smiles. Stop shrinking your truth too. Be accepted. Stop calling toxic what's really unhealed, and begin again and with you. So tonight, sit still. No distractions, no noise, and ask yourself, what part of me have I abandoned to be loved? What old story am I still believing? What kind of love am I now ready to receive? And then promise yourself this, that from this moment forward you will no longer chase love, you will become it. This journey isn't easy. It takes courage to stop blaming others and start understanding yourself, but you're not alone. We all carry wounds. We all repeat patterns, we all have a shadow, but those who face it are the ones who find peace. So if this message spoke to you, let it be the beginning, not of another cycle, but of something honest, something whole, something that finally feels like home.